To preference this video, I'm not trying to say Rwby is a bad show. I'm just trying to put out my opinion about the Rwby fandom. Let's begin. The Rwby fandom is the most toxic fandom that's existed on the internet. If you don't know what Rwby is, let me explain. Rwby, spelled Rwby, is a product of Rooster Teeth, created by the late Monty, who tragically passed away in February 1st, 2015. Also, let me explain something. I'm not talking about all of the Rwby fandom. I do like some parts of the Rwby fandom. I'm just talking about the toxic parts of the Rwby fandom. With that done, let's get started. The Rwby fandom has transformed during the time Rwby has been aired. We can see the big transformation. Shane Newville's released his letter. This split the Rwby fandom into two halves. The people who supported it, the current Rwby, with Miles and Carrie, and the other people who just basically denounced them. This event split the Rwby fandom, letting in a number of issues. This led its current toxicity state, but we will only be talking about the biggest things. Shipping is the art of putting two fictional characters together and not relying on the canon of the show. This is the main thing that separates different fandoms across the internet, but the shipping community is a deadly thing to mess around with. And in many fandoms, it has gone awry to spawn something no fandom wants, a shipping war. There have been many shipping wars across the internet, but none as toxic as the Rwby shipping war. This shipping war was across two very popular ships, Bumblebee and Black Sun. Bumblebee being the pairing between Blake and Yang, while Black Sun being the pairing between Sun, Wukong, and Blake. This shipping war was bigger than any other fandom of Rwby, going to the highest levels, like attacking voice actors and using a dead man for ammunition. This war raged on for years until Volume 6, where they confirmed who won. But this leads to the toxic way Bumblebee shippers act in today's world, attacking anyone who goes against their ship. And this statement goes along with the shipping fandom of Rwby in general, attacking YouTubers, artists, honestly, anyone who goes against their particular ship, especially if it's a LGBT ship. The Rwby shipping community will even attack Rooster Teeth and Rwby. Just look at the Yeah, this part isn't scripted, but the thing I'm about to say isn't the most recent thing out right now. So if you want to see the most recent stuff about Rwby and their fandom and what's happening to Rooster Teeth, go to Hero High's channel. He does all that stuff, releasing news. So if you really want to see the new stuff, go to his channel. Yeah, dude. Recent debacle that was the killing of Clover. If you want more on that, go to Hero High's channel. But this incident truly shows how toxic the Rwby shipping community is at the moment. But we are not done here, people. We still have the Hatedom to talk about. First, let's talk about the difference between Rwby critics and Rwby Hatedom. The Rwby critics are just Rwby fans and people who actually want to see the show succeed and become better, pointing out animation errors or plot stuff that can be fleshed out better, stuff like that. While Rwby Hatedom are people who curse Rwby and Rooster Teeth and parade around saying Rwby is bad, and they're actually saying that they're Rwby fans, trying to hide behind that. The reason I talk about this, criticism is good and important, but cursing Rooster Teeth and everyone who works there doesn't bring anything good to the community. And still, they're getting big brand deals with major companies like DC and Shonen Jump and others. If you're going to give criticism and try to help them improve, don't just denounce them without giving any actual points and parading around like fans. Because actually, critics want to help. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the amazing thing. If this video is something that you want to listen to, like. If you have any other opinions on the Rwby fandom or just Rooster Teeth or Rwby, drop a comment down below. I like discussing that stuff. And subscribe, do all the amazing stuff. Deuces.